I'm Vanya Womack with Refugee's Unknown Stories Untold, where we do digital documentation of human stories. We archive refugee stories and human rights violations. We also do refugee empowerment projects and develop tools and strategies for mental health and human rights advocacy, where we engage in dialogue with the public, governments, and human actors. We continue now with part 6 of Furkan's story about his mother, father, and the separation of family due to the persecution and the manipulated beliefs of extended family perpetrated by the Turkish regime. Tell me how, I know that here she went through a lot. You had to leave. She has a younger son, your brother, with her to support, and your father ends up going to prison and then having to leave. So what happened with your mom? What did she have to go through and endure? Tell me how, I know that here she went through a lot. You had to leave. She has a younger son, your brother, with her to support, and your father ends up going to prison and then having to leave. So what happened with your mom? What did she have to go through and endure?
Well, if I don't remember wrong, that was my third year in law school. They decided to send my brother here to learn Chinese and try to Chinese culture. If he could make it, he would be staying here with me, which is almost after a year after my father released from the jail, and also after he decided to leave Turkey. So first, my brother come here with me and stay for like 6 months, learn a little bit Chinese and experience Taiwan. But it's kind of hard for him to learn Chinese because it's not easy to learn.
No, it's a really difficult language.
Yes, and also we decided to send him Netherlands.
Okay, all right.
Yes, and my father also said like he can't leave Turkey in legal way, so he said to me he find some human trafficker and he paid the sum that he will help to go through the Merch River to the Greece. And they also bought a plane ticket for my mom directly going to the Greece.
Okay, so she was able to fly.
Or we thought.
You thought so. Okay.
Yeah, we thought so. Like she was able to fly. But when he was in the airport, they refused to take her on the plane. They didn't say the reason, but we knew it was because of my father. Because of my father has restrictions to leave Turkey, they also impose restrictions to my mom, which is completely innocent person.
Right.
Yes. So it was kind of sad for her because she felt devastated and like she was so sad because before a few days she go to airport. My father left Turkey with help of human traffickers with marriage river. So he was in Greece. Okay. And was waiting for her. And then we tried one more time to fly, but we wasn't able to do that again. So we decided to go for the same way as my father did. And I was so worried. I was worrying about her, like because I know my mom, and also she kind of how to say, kind of fragile and in this kind of situations, and she can't control her emotion. Maybe she can get panicked during the process, or something will happen to her, or maybe the boat gonna sink. So that's why I, like, me and my brother was up till morning, up till we got her news. And we were praying. Yeah. And I remember it was almost morning in Taiwan. and I didn't sleep, and I had a presentation in the morning. So that presentation also was a kind of little bit weird for me because of different emotions, to be being happy to my mother is safe, but also being sad about she should live that way.
Right.
So that's kind of mixed emotions, and I also should concentrate for my presentation. It was so hard.
Yeah.
But somehow I managed to go through it, and that was a good presentation for me and for teacher as well.
That's what counts, right?
Yes, that counts. So after she went to Greece, she met with my father, and they stay a few weeks together. And my father tried to leave Greece, and he was successful in the first try.
That's unusual, but that's great.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that's really good.
But, yes. One day in my parents when they were in Greece, I sent my brother to the Netherlands. So my brother arrived first before my father did. After a few weeks, my father
got there. How old was your brother? How old was he?
17, I guess.
17. Okay.
That was what happened to me, to my family, and how my relatives attitude, behavior changed toward us, to my family, to me. Also, I heard from many that they also had the same situation. Like the attempt happened in 2016, but the problem started before that.
It was like even before Gezi Park.
Yes.
Right. Like before 2013, it was prior to that, there was manipulation.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Before I graduate, like I was senior in high school. I remember they start to target Hizmet movement facilities. They close their schools. They start to close their schools or their houses or their other facilities, maybe the libraries or cultural centers. They start to attack them, and they branded us. That branded that Hizmet movement as a terrorist organization. And the funny part is, what they do is only just providing support for who in need, especially for the students, as a financial support, and that's all. Like that's all, you know.
Right.
You are basically declared as terrorists just for providing scholarship for some people.
Right.
You know, like according to Turkish law, you can create an organization which is unharmful to society. And this has also built up some social connections between different cultures in Turkey and different groups, because we have many ethnic groups in Turkey that should connect each other. But they also targeted that organizations. Also, that was one of the reasons my father got arrested, because he was head of one of this kind of organizations. And they just said, you are giving scholarships and you're head of the organization, so we should get you. That was so weird.
I call them bogus arrests. You know.
Yes.
There's
exactly.
no reasoning behind it except for a political reason, you know?
Yes. Yes. And at that time, like, I remember, like, when I went to my cousin's house, before that, we were living with my grandfather, which after my grandmom passed away, we we changed the city.
Mm-hmm.
Some to Sakarya to live with him to take
Mm-hmm.
care of him because he was an old
Sure.
man, like on
Mm-hmm.
70s, and after he's a real supporter of the government. And
Interesting. Okay.
yes, and our opinion towards government is different than him.
Mm-hmm.
So after this kind of events start to go on the surface and make a request in the Turkish society, he just throw out us from home. He just kicked us.
He just kicked you out.
Yeah,
and here
like
it's
not,
your grandfather.
Yes.
Your grandfather, your own,
Yes.
Your own family member. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still love him. I also like call him every month, at least once or twice. I miss him. He misses me too.
Mm-hmm.
He always tell me like, I miss you, and that was for your father, not for you, or it was for your mom, but I still love you, etc. Yeah. I know. His intentions are pure. I know. But the problem is he got tricked by the government.
Right.
Which as many is in Turkey.
Yeah.
They just
through manipulation.
They're manipulated by their actions.
Right.
Oh yes, and after we kicked from home, like we start to find a new home and start a new business. And once when I was in my cousin's house, which her mother came from another city to visit him, we saw a news on the television about the Hizmet movement. And what she said was make me very sad, and I still remember. She said, for the people in the jail who got arrested, she said, we need to poison them in the jail and let them die.
Interesting.
I was shocked because me, my brother, my father, also my father, who is her little brother,
right,
is one of them. And how can you tell that in front of me? That was so shocking for me. I didn't say anything. I didn't even budge to change my emotions. But the problem is, my heart felt broken at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2015 or 16. I don't remember the exact date, but it was so hard for me to accept it. Yes. And after the coup attempt, my father got arrested. My high school friends, which called me brother, they stopped calling me. They didn't even budge to, reply my message. I'm saying hi, he's seen it, and don't say anything. Like, it was so hard for me to stay alone in the crowded society. I spent my 4 years with them, and I thought we had stronger bonds, which can't be broken with anything. But with few words of charlatan, it got broken.
Yeah. Do you think,
Furkan,
that is fear? Do you think that people, do that? Or like, for example, I've talked to a lot of mothers that, I either met in Greece or Germany or elsewhere, where they said during a period of time, like their kids would be playing with other kids, by their homes or within their, same area where their flat was. And they were told, you can't play with I don't want my kids to play with your kids.
I know.
Right. That same kind of thing do you think that is out of fear? Like that the government is able to kind of push down enough pressure that people are fearful then, or do you think that they truly believe that you're a terrorist, for example, since that's the, what the government indicates?
I don't believe they believe we are the terrorist group, terrorist organization, because in some way, everybody was related to, kind of related to Hizmet movement, or they knew about it.
Right.
And they knew what they do and what they are doing and what their purpose are.
Right.
And so I don't believe they believe we are the bad guys. But the problem is, at the first, I don't believe that's the fear. It's just I don't know, it's, in Turkey, as I just said, in Turkey, we have many ethnic groups, like
the Kurds and many.
So many, like, unless something happened to specific group, other groups don't do anything. What happens anything to group A, group B, group C, group D, just watching it, and they just don't do anything unless they got harmed by the others. So that's the problem.
Right.
We have many groups and they're ready to get separated. So that's the problem.
Yeah. Interesting.
During the time when they need to stay strong, stay together, bond stronger, they just leave other groups.
They leave. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. So tell me, what do you think, Furkan, is going, will happen? What do you foresee in your lifetime that you're going to be able to go back to Turkey, or would you even want to?
Well, for me, there's a saying in Turkey. Your country is the place where you get your stomach filled. So actually, it doesn't matter if I go back to Turkey or not. I don't care, actually. But of course, if I had a chance, I want to go back to Turkey because I grew up in there. I'm born in there.
Sure.
But also, I know very little about Turkey and cultures or the historical places, which all of them destroyed by the government in the last 6 years. So I don't know, even if I go to Turkey, I don't believe I will see the same Turkey.
Right, that you remember.
Yes, so that's the problem. I don't know. Yeah. And also my family is not there, and my relatives in Turkey, they just don't care about me, or they just, they don't want to talk to me because they fear, or they say might get hurt by the others or got arrested or some stuff. But for me, I don't know. There is nothing about me going on Turkey. I mean, I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
I really don't know if there's any open lawsuit about me in Turkey or prosecute or anything like kind of this stuff. Like, so weird.
Yeah.
And also, when I go to Turkish embassy in Taiwan, I'm in the business council, I can do everything I need to do.
Right.
That's not the problem. I don't know, like, maybe because of my father or mother, they left Turkey, run away. Maybe that's why they don't want to stick with me or stick with us. But so I don't know. If I had a chance, if my country needs me, I can go back. But for now, I don't think I will go back to Turkey for a period of time. Maybe I can say at least 10 years.
So let me ask you, you're a law student, right? Or you're a law student. And is there anything that you would want to do with law if you could?
Well, actually, before I start to the law school, my dream was to graduate from here, go to US, take a bar exam, pass the exam, work there a little bit, and go back to Turkey as a American law professor in one of the universities. But I
Things
think that
changed, huh?
yeah, yes, things change now. I don't know. It's so weird, but yes, of course, I want to help Turkey or
Or people
anything,
that
but
have,
anyway, yes, even the
yeah,
people. Like
right.
sometimes I hear the news about the people, they need money. Like we try to, me and my other friends trying to like make some money and send them with
Yeah,
our little earnings, but that's all we can do for now. Of
right,
course, if we
right.
have a chance, we want to do more for them because
Hmm.
they're our people. It's time to bond together, not to get separated.
Right, right. Time to bond together. That's good. So, do your friends there in that you've met in Taiwan, do they know about what's happened
Yes,
with you guys? Do they
they
know a little bit about your background and, you know?
actually not. I have many friends that
Hmm.
have same background as me, so
Hmm.
we have many things in common, and some of them have like worse stories than me. I
Hmm.
can say I'm a lucky one.
Right.
Uh, like for example, one of my friends,
Hmm.
he had a chance to get Taiwanese citizenship,
Uh-huh.
but because of the Turkish Business Council refused to give him the required document,
Hmm.
he wouldn't be able to get the citizenship.
Hmm.
So also he just got the passport, but this Turkish passport expired and they don't renew his passport. So he just stuck in Taiwan. He
Yeah.
can't leave.
Yeah.
So sad. Also many people left Taiwan because of same reasons, because
Hmm.
they wouldn't be able to leave Taiwan if they stay a little bit longer because of the same issues. So
Right.
they just go to the Europe or America. Some of them in Canada. They
Hmm.
just go to the other countries to save their lives or
Right.
to start a new life
Hmm.
because they can't do anything in here.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Also, Taiwan doesn't have a refugee law, so that's
Oh,
also
that's
the
interesting.
yes, Taiwan doesn't have
No, huh? Okay,
because
so what
they
happens? So, like when you say refugee law, what do you mean?
like you can't go to Taiwan and say I want to seek asylum.
Okay.
If you say there's no procedure for it, they
Hmm.
can't help you.
Right.
But they once did for a Chinese citizen. Uh, he said he was a student like few, I guess 3 or 4 years ago.
Hmm.
He said he doesn't want to go back to China,
Hmm.
and he said he doesn't feel safe
Hmm.
in here. Or also he said like he feared for his life.
Hmm.
So they take some special measures and go for they just he just applied for some commissions in the bureaucracy, and he just got a reason to stay Taiwan. I don't know, but
Hmm.
other than that, there is no law that govern asylum seekers in Taiwan.
Right.
So this is kind of a little bit sad part about Taiwan, because
Hmm.
when you look to Taiwan, it's a really democratic country, and it's in technology, in politics, in health, in social life, they're living the top,
Yeah.
I can say. But they don't have any refugee law. So
Yeah. No refugee or asylum laws. Interesting. Well, you know
that's
what? You've done really well. You're, in Taiwan. It seems like you were able to do your law, studies,
mhm,
and now you're working and you've got some, people that you've created as kind of a subfamily, right?
yes.
To your own family. So my hope for you is that you are able to, see your brother, your mom, and your dad
I hope
again.
too. Thank
I
you.
really
Thank you
do.
so much.
And I hope to see your mom again too.
Hope to see her together.
Yes, and
Hope to
you
meet
as well.
too.
You
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Furkan, I don't want to take any more of your time, but
Okay.
your stories are really going to help people to understand what is it like for a young person that had to go through that, because there were hundreds of thousands of people, that this happened to.
There's a little part I want to add.
Yeah.
Like I just said before the interview that they made a blacklist for the Hizmet movement in Taiwan, and they give this blacklist to the Taiwanese government, Taiwanese mosques, and the Turkish Business Council.
They've done that all over. They've done that all over. Yeah.
Yes, and also that's not the problem. That's not the only problem. They start to threaten us in Taiwan.
How do they threaten you in Taiwan?
Like once when I was 4 or 5 years ago, also was in Ramadan, and we were in the mosque with my another Turkish friend waiting for iftar time, and a guy come and start to ask weird questions, and I just answered. I didn't think something troublesome will come, and he said, if I wasn't fasting, I will tell you really bad things, and you should die, your family should die. If I had a chance, I will kill you, like this kind of stuff. And that's not only me. It's happened to my friends here too. So the lunatics of Erdogan, not just in Turkey or in Europe, they are here in Taiwan as well, and they did whatever they can to disturb us and harm to us. But luckily, Taiwanese government is trusting us and knowing us.
Good.
So that's why we.
So do you feel safe? Do you feel safe? Or do you always have kind of in the back of your mind, like I need to be aware?
In Taiwan, I feel safe. In Taiwan, I feel safe because I know the Taiwanese government and the police forces not let anything happen to me or the other party. But also I know they don't want to spend time on some kind of political stuff, especially non-Taiwanese political stuff. Like we had some, like my friend had some court going on at the time with another Turkish guy, and the lunatic of Erdogan was threatening him in public.
Who was threatening him?
One of the lunatics.
Oh, one of the lunatics. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the lunatics. Okay. So he was getting threatened in public?
Yes, and he sued him.
Oh, okay. This is a court case.
Yes, it's a court case, and the court ruled that that's not the threatening words. That's just the normal conversation, because they don't want to spend time on two foreigner in the court.
Right.
Also, I know that if anything happens and we go to court, there won't be any result. That's also the kind of sad part for me, because I study law. I know everything about Taiwanese law, and I also speak the same situation with my professors and my friends. They say if these words are not threatening, then which words are? So that's that's also the funny part.
Yeah, interesting.
Overall, I feel very safe in Taiwan.
Well, that's good.
I don't believe anything will happen here.
You know that if anything does happen, or by making those threats, visible, by talking, like you are with us here, Those kinds of things help too, because it brings awareness that
Yes.
this is happening, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't like that attention either.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah. Well, that's so great. Well, listen, Furkan, again, it's so nice to see you. I know we had talked on
Thank
the
you.
phone quite a number of years ago, I guess now, right?
Yes, like 5 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
4 years ago, I guess. Yes.
4 years ago. So I'm just so glad to see that you're doing well and you've adjusted, you know, to life there, and that you're also willing to speak out to help create change. And that's the only way that we can, is to continue to bring to, you know, to
Yes.
people, this is what is happening. So real life, true stories about human rights abuses. And
when you see something bad is happening, if you can change it, just speak up for it.
That's right.
That's the thing we should do, and that's our belief according to Islam. So we should do that at least.
I hope you do. I hope you do. Continue to do so. All right, Furkan, thank you so much. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.